We use this space every single day, so it's so much more important to be organized. And I'm talking about your kitchen. Whether you love cooking or hate it, we all need the space to function properly. So today I'm gonna walk you through the insides of our cabinets to show you how I've set things up to make it super easy to access. Hey, I'm Lindsay with Organized to Save, and I'm here to help you get organized and be more productive with budget-friendly tips, tricks, and digital products so that way you can declutter and simplify. We could all use some simplifying and organization in our lives, especially when it comes to the kitchen. Now, if you missed my whole video on how I showed you how we recently transformed our kitchen, you want to check that out after this. Okay, I'm going to take you behind the doors and show you the systems that I've set up in order to make our space function a lot better. Let's start with the spice cabinet. I've had this spice shelf for a few years and I absolutely love it. It's adjustable so you can customize it to your own space, and with this shelf it makes it super easy to see all of your spices that are available. I've shared this hack several times before, but my favorite way to create a super easy lazy Susan is just by utilizing 2 pie pans and marbles from the Dollar Tree because it makes it super easy to access. Now, I've always struggled with where to put my oven mitts. Obviously you want them next to the stove, and since the spice shelf offers space in the center of the cabinet, I ended up installing a 3M hook and it made for a perfect spot for my oven mitts. Now I wanted to take this cabinet one step further and I decided to relabel all of my spice jars. I didn't want to repurchase a whole new set of jars because I like to do things on a budget. Instead, I just repurchased a few spices that were expired or that I was almost out of, and I ended up purchasing them in glass jars. Now, I also pulled out some of my old planner stickers and my label maker and created new matching labels for each jar. Having the uniformed labels makes it so much easier to find the spice that you're looking for. For all of our travel mugs and water bottles, I absolutely love this organizer. Now, I shared this in my top 10 Amazon finds video. It's just under $15 and it utilizes this space perfectly. Previously, we had all of our plates and bowls in this cabinet, but I switched it out with all my essential oils. Another fun addition I added was to use this chalkboard contact paper. I'm utilizing it to keep track of different recipes and shopping lists. Now I moved all of our dishes over to this cabinet as it's right above the dishwasher. So with having it right above the dishwasher, it made it so much easier to put all the dishes away. To maximize the space, try using shelf risers. This will double the available space that you have. Now we also created a smoothie station, and with having all of our smoothie ingredients and tools in one spot, it makes it so easy to be able to create a super yummy smoothie. And I love utilizing baskets to contain small pieces. By putting all of the pieces in a basket, it makes it super easy to just pull it down and pick out what you need. Now I have a whole video on how you can maximize those tricky corner cabinets. And I also have a whole video on how I stored all of our food storage containers. So I'll have both of those linked down below if you need suggestions on that. But one of my favorite cabinets that we did a few years ago is our kids cabinet. This makes it easy for Ellie to independently access all of her things. Now for a deeper dive into this cabinet, check out the link below for a video. But one thing that we changed was to put all of her plates and bowls in this pull-out bin, and an easy way to keep them from falling over was I simply added 2 smaller baskets as dividers in this drawer. So now each time she pulls out a plate, they're not going to all tumble over on each other. For drawers, I love using contact paper on the bottom of the drawers. And for a knife drawer, I just used this few simple containers that I already had on hand and created different sections to hold all of our knives and all of our reusable straws. Now, if you don't want the organizers to move around, you can easily add some poster putty to the bottom and they won't move. I also used some Dollar Tree organizers for our silverware drawer, and it worked perfectly to put 14 containers in this drawer. Now everything has a home, which is such a key when you're trying to organize things for efficiency. Now, I didn't putty these containers down because I will often pull out the measuring spoons container when I'm baking or set out the silverware bins when we have people over. A few few hacks for your countertops is to group things together and contain them with a caddy of some sort. For our utensils, oil, salt, and pepper, I'm using a Lazy Susan I found from Target, and it keeps everything super easy to access right by the stove. It's also easier to clean the counters because you could just simply move the Lazy Susan aside instead of having to move each individual item. I did the same thing for all of our washing needs by the sink. I grouped all of our soaps and scrubbing brushes together. A new addition to our kitchen counters is also my compost jar. So I've got a fun little DIY for you that I created for our kitchen just to bring some greenery and lighten things up a little bit. I found these air plants off Amazon. I'll have a link down below. I looked through my stash of organizing bins and found this one from the Dollar Tree. And all that you're going to need to put this together is just some wire that you can wrap around each of these. Now I went ahead and laid them all out and marked where I wanted them to go, and then simply just wrapped the wire around where it needed to go, put it all together, and used 3M hooks to hang it on our cabinet. These have been pretty low maintenance. I just water them once a week, and it brings in some greenery and a really light, airy DIY. Now that you know what's behind my closed doors, if you're curious to see how we completely transformed this kitchen, make sure to check out the video on your screen right now, and we'll see you over there.